everybody. Welcome to finally another episode of Die Another Day. This is number 34. It's January 10th, 2018.
18.
And we can't believe it's been 3 months. We feel
3
kind
months.
of ashamed.
Sorry,
guys.
Our last episode was our post-Rhinebeck recap in October.
October 25th was when it was posted.
Yeah.
So we were naughty, and I'm sorry, but we're back.
And then I went gallivanting.
Around the freaking, country.
Over. And then what happened? Then my dad came to visit, and then it was Christmas.
And then I got really sick, so we couldn't podcast because I had no voice. And then it was Christmas and New Year's, and now the kids are finally back in school. This is literally my first free day. My kids had the day off before Christmas vacation because of snow. They had Monday off because of snow. Yesterday I had one kid homesick, so I'm free. I'm free! Yay! I mean, I love them and everything, but go to school.
After 2 weeks, you need a mental break.
You need a mental break.
Or alcohol.
And there was a lot of that consumed. Let's not. I think every parent, the lineup at the LCBO verified that the kids were home.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're back. We have stuff to show you. We have knitting. We have wool. I have knit a lot of the wool, so I have more knitting than wool, but we have stuff. Oh, do we have stuff? So we thought we're just gonna jump right in.
Yeah.
You good with that?
Sure.
All right. So
what are we going to start with?
yarn enabling.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. Okay, we got to go all the way back.
Okay.
Let's rewind
all the way back
to November.
So,
let's see what you got at the Plucky retreat. Because you guys saw her get the message, or not, the tickets to go to Plucky. So let's see what Christina got.
That was my biggest...
Have you knit any of the Plucky?
Yes, I have knit one skein. This is my bag.
So proud. Guys, it's full. It's full.
Yeah.
It's full.
So...
Oh, boy.
We drove to Michigan, my husband and I. And a funny story. So, I always get taken into secondary. Always. And we had just been to Rhinebeck. So, when we went to Rhinebeck, I had to go in. They staple a little piece of paper into your passport. And then when you return to Canada, they'll take it out unless you know you're returning within the next 3 months, which I figured I wouldn't be. Little did I know. So they took it out. And then when we came back, literally a few days later, apparently there was a little date written in that would have been fine, and they should have just let us drive through, but the lady sent us into secondary anyway. So I go up to the counter, and I'm talking to the guy. I'm saying, I'm going to a knitting retreat, and yada, yada, yada. And he looks at my husband. He goes, so where are you going? And he's like, oh, I'm going to a knitting retreat too. And the guy turns around and he goes, oh gosh, you got to come hear this.
No.
It was so funny. And then he goes... Yeah, so you didn't technically need to come in because this year's sufficient, you would have been fine. But anyway, so we drove to Michigan.
I love it.
And, okay, so this was not my Plucky purchases.
So, you might notice, though, you know how Christina has a thing for teal? But look, her collection of pink is growing. I'm so proud of her.
I brought some teal down. These were my own from a whip.
Okay.
So
she says.
They have a huge marketplace full of all kinds of yummy goodness. And both Sarah and Haley, Sarah is the Plucky knitter, and Haley is her sister who works with her, are there. And they also had Jill Selinsky, Knitterella, was there. She does a lot of their designing. Cool. Yeah. And they had Michelle Wang? What's her name? Mishi? She did the capsule collection.
The makeup girl?
Yes.
Yes, Michelle Wang.
Michelle Wang. She was also there. It was lots of fun.
Anyways, I may watch her podcast. I mean, for the knitting, of course. Not just the high-end makeup.
No, because you're not interested in that kind of stuff.
I don't like makeup at all. No. This is how I wake up.
Yeah. So they have walls and walls and walls and bins and baskets full of Plucky stuff. And then they had this one section which is One Hit Wonders. And I might have gone a little mad.
But that's the good section, I find. When we went to Plucky, that's where I got a lot of my stuff. So
I went there, and I literally pulled out every neutral that I could find. So, I ended up with all these. Most of them are fingering weight. These two are Traveler DK. This one here is gorgeous. Merino Cashmere Nettle.
Nettle?
Nettle. It's
really?
Soft, though.
So nettle is plant?
Yeah.
Really? That's lovely.
And this one here is merino, cotton, silk, and flax, which is on their lodge fingering.
Flax.
Yeah.
I love this.
Superwash merino, cashmere, nylon. So MCN.
Flax is not bad. You know what it feels like? Has a little bit of the cottony. Like the flax feels, like it still feels like merino. And oh, this does have cotton in it. Maybe that's why I'm feeling 20% cotton. I think the nettle might be a tiny bit softer.
I don't know.
But they're both, I mean, they're gorgeous than some merinos that I know of. I mean, hold.
This one here is merino, cashmere, alpaca, which is snug fingering. There you go.
I like
This
that purple.
is primo fingering.
Whoa,
Which
casual
is
meal.
their MCN. Ooh. Then this one here was not in the one hit wonder bin. This one actually, it's P's and Q's, which was meant to go with this bouquet.
Ooh, I love that
and
combination.
Something else. It was supposed to go with something else that I just gotta find. Don't know what it would have been. I don't know. It goes with something else.
No, I don't really.
Maybe it was this one.
Yeah,
It might have
yeah,
been
because
this.
you can see the speckles.
Or
in
it might
here.
have been one of the sort of like grayish ones.
No,
was supposed
I
to go in
like
a
it with
3-color
that,
cow.
with that other one, the previous. Yeah, doesn't that look cool? Can you see the
It
speckles?
kind
in
of
here?
has like, you can see it
You
kinda
have
has
you
that
have to
right
put those
here.
together. You have to.
I thought this would be a really nice like
It adds a-
3-color springy cow.
Yes. Yes.
So
What
these
are, and
are
those are
all
on.
primo fingering.
Beautiful.
MCO. There you go.
Really
This
like
is
that
more snug
combination.
fingering.
You went wild on the neutrals.
I did.
I
They're
love
purpley
this.
gray. Cause so I was
It's
knitting.
not purple. It's not gray. It's.
Yeah. It's nice.
I don't even know what to call that.
So I was looking for something to knit Roxy the hippo.
Just look at that. Purple, gray,
Mhm.
gray, purple.
I wanted to knit the hippo by Lolo Did It for work. They were doing a giveaway for a baby, and they needed something to give
Talk
away.
about
So
baby.
I knit them.
I've got a yard baby
I
right
know.
here.
I knit them a little cashmere hippo, so that's why hence a lot of grays. Oh, and there's an orange. Oh, that's nice.
That's a very you combo. We throw in a teal, and I
Wow.
feel like you've knit something like that before.
That's very 70s.
Yes, that reminds me of my parents' basement growing up.
Got red.
Ooh, okay, so that makes it less 70s.
I got another. I think this is close to their wintry mix, but it had like
Look at that.
so the one hit wonders
That.
because some of them will have little specks like that in it.
Look at that combo
Oh
though.
my god. I got more. There was this one, which is more of a base color. It's got little pink undertones in it. So that was my one hit wonder purchase bin. And then this was what we got in our swag bag.
The baby.
This is 100% cashmere.
Ooh, ooh, give it to mama. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Toss all these back in.
Oh.
So you-
Everything else just dims in comparison.
I went a little crazy.
This needs to be around your neck. Like,
I don't know what it like. What's worthy of cashmere?
a beautiful shawl, but you'll have to you'd have to buy something. You'd need to buy more of a different. Like you'll need to do
It's
a straight
really
color
nice.
or something. I'll just
And
leave
it
that
came
right
with
there.
the pom pom.
Yeah, it did.
And it came with a really nice linen bag, and there was coconut stitch
Your
markers.
baby.
There was some of those. There was a deck of cards, a Sharpie.
I have never felt the gloriousness of this before. Like this is just.
It's nice.
I need a minute. I need a minute with the cashmere.
All the time.
Cut to 5 minutes later.
Yeah. So while we were there, my husband decided that he was going to start knitting. So he picked out his very first skein of yarn in the
Do you have
plucky
it?
shop. What he knit?
Yeah.
I have it. Yeah.
Are you show
No,
it?
no, I don't have it right here.
You should show it.
But he knit a hat.
I'm very proud.
Yeah, he did really good.
Are you expecting this back now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was gonna get to take this all home. This is my loot bag.
Yeah.
I showed up.
So yeah, I rounded out the stash
She
a little
wasn't
bit.
shy at the plucky retreat. Let's put it that way.
Nope. But it was a lot of fun. Their retreats are really well done. It's a lot of you schedule it yourself. So,
excuse me.
You decide if you want to be a retreater. Like if you want to, typically in the past, you would buy in as a retreater and you would get a few extra things. Like you got the swag bag and you got a big formal dinner on the Saturday night and advanced early shopping and this kind of stuff for being a registered retreater.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can buy your classes if you want to take classes and meals and stuff. Like it's all separate. So you just add each component as you're feeling. You don't have to stay at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Like your accommodations are separate. Your meals are separate.
Because when we went, we weren't even officially retreaters. We were just staying at the hotel and shopped.
Yeah,
and like
we booked a hotel room and a class.
Yeah.
And that was it. And we were just as included as everybody else. We just didn't go to the formal dinner.
Stuff looked like a lot of fun though.
It did.
Like it really did.
But they have like karaoke night and
which we went to. That was fun.
Actually this time they had
Shake it off.
There was a couple that came in and they didn't recognize them, so they went over to talk to them and they're like, oh no, we were just at a wedding, but this sounds so much more fun.
It's awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
It
was a lot of fun. So that was the last weekend of October. And then the first weekend in November,
she was off again.
I flew to Edmonton to go to the Knit for Fun retreat with Ann Budd. And the instructors were Ann Budd and Susan B. Anderson and Hoki Locatelli. So I took a class with each instructor.
Yeah.
And this retreat was very different. It's quite scheduled. So you book your own transportation. So I flew in, and on the plane, I was sitting next to the owner of the Yarn
Girl's
Addict.
famous, y'all.
I got to sit next to the lady that owns the Yarn Addict in New Jersey. And across the aisle from her was a woman. I'm like, she looks familiar. Like, I feel like I've seen her before, but I couldn't figure it out. So anyways, we're flying. It's like a 4-hour flight, and we're talking, gabbing, and found out that Jana from Handmaiden was sitting right behind me. There was like this cluster of knitters right where we were. So we get off the plane.
Did you get your needles on the plane and everything?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Like it.
And so we get off the plane, and the group of girls from New Jersey, there was 4 of them, we all decided we were trying to get to the hotel, so we were going to try the shuttle, but it filled up. Literally 2 people in front of us got the last couple of seats on the shuttle, so we had to wait for the next one. But then they said you can just rent a car because there's so many of you, it'll cost about the same. So that's what we did. So we all drove, and as we're standing and waiting for our luggage, I get talking to this familiar looking woman, and we realize that we had met in Rhinebeck 3 weeks prior. We'd stayed at the same hotel.
The falafel lady!
The falafel lady! So we'd met at the hotel in the morning before we went to Rhinebeck on the Saturday, and we'd never been, and she had, so she'd recommended the falafels. So then it finally dawned on us, and we had quite a giggle over that.
See, the knitting world is huge and small
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
That's funny. So that must have been quite the plane ride.
It was so much fun.
Was everybody knitting?
Yeah. Yeah. And then got to the hotel where we checked in, and then we immediately went over to River City Yarns just to check out the store.
The famous River City Yarns.
And then got back to the hotel in time for dinner. And then the next morning, like, you would have breakfast between 7:30 and 9, and there'd be this huge spread, and it's all these little tiny plates. I love things on tiny plates.
That's very European of you.
I love it.
I mean, I think the big plate's like a very like North American thing, and the tiny plates
that
are
was
very
lunch.
European.
But for breakfast, it was all these little snack-sized things, and you just took whatever. And then from 9 till 12 would be the first class, and then 12 to 1 or 1:30 was lunch, which was buffet style. And there was lots to choose. There's like 4 desserts at lunch. Like, it was crazy.
It's my kind of lunch.
And then there was another class from 1:30 to 4:30. Then there was a break before cocktail hour from 5 to 6. And dinner was from 6 till 8, like dinner and whatever entertainment that evening. And then you were just on your own after that. But I had 2 classes on the Friday and a class Saturday morning. And by Saturday afternoon, when I had like an off break, like for 3 hours before dinner, I just sat in like the common room and basically collapsed. I didn't do much of anything.
Well, because you're in class and like paying attention and like learning, like.
Yeah. Do you know how nerve-wracking it is to do two-hand color work for the first time ever with Susan B. Anderson right here? That was nerve-wracking.
You totally would be too. Like,
I didn't do very well.
I'm sure yours was like perfection.
Oh no,
I'm sure it was gorgeous.
So I took the class I took
damn
with
straight it was.
and Bud was a 2-layer mitten. So she had
You've done tons of those.
I know. So this was like this little baby-sized mitten, and I'm thinking, I'm really doing great. Like, I'm so much further ahead than everybody else. I was really feeling quite good about myself. And I like cast off the mitten part, and then I cast on the thumb, and I was knitting away, and then I cast off the thumb. I'm looking at it, and my thumb was the same length as the hand of the mitten. So it was like this. Like, I'm like, oops. I did something wrong.
How did you do that?
I forgot repeat. Like after you cast, you put things on waste yarn to hold for the thumb, and then you keep going. I forgot to knit like a repeat.
Oh no.
So I dropped it back, and I knit it back up, and then I was short stitches. So I dropped it back and knit it back, still short stitches. I'm like, oh my god, then I forgot I was supposed to cast on to cover the gap.
So the fact, though, that you were able to knit it like 3 times the amount of time that everybody else was knitting it, though?
Well, everybody else had a mitten by the end of it.
Oh.
I did not. I'm like, mine is going to be a fingerless mitten, but with a thumb.
Did you finish it?
No. That's kind of humorous. Oh my gosh.
So you went to a knitting retreat and just came away with more whips.
Yeah. So I did that one. The one with Susan B. Anderson was 2-color. It was Fair Isle mittens.
Right.
So you just kind of made up your own. You got a pamphlet full of different sort of color work patterns, like standard patterns.
Yeah.
And then you would just throw in like a band of this, and then like a Latvian braid or whatever.
It sounds like so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Glove like that.
And with Hohi, we took a class about how to use your stash, organizing your stash, and putting colors together. So that was really fun.
Nice. I know I had a glance at my stash the other day, and you know what I need to do? I need more neutrals.
Mm-hmm.
I have too many like spectacular like one-off schemes and not enough to create like a 3-color shawl or create like
I can do a mean teal, or my pink is growing, but I really don't have anything to blend them together.
And I have a lot of really great like speckles or really great like variegated, but I don't have a lot of just like your basic colors
to bring it together, because
like,
it's not fun to buy like a beige skein of yarn.
It's not, but you need it.
Them.
The best projects out there have a good base to them, right? And I was like, maybe I should offer that in the store and have just like a whole section of like neutrals. You know, it's all about the base, So
That's awesome. So I didn't buy quite as much there because I just done a load of damage, but we got this. This skein came in our goodie bag.
Ooh.
So this is,
what is it?
Eden Immoral Fiber, dyed by Handmaiden for River City Yarns.
Ooh.
So this one is called Snowdrift.
I like that.
It's really
very
nice.
Appropriate for Edmonton in November.
It is an 81% merino, 9% cashmere, and 10% nylon, 115 grams or 195 meters. So it's a worsted weight. So to go with that, I got this set of beautiness.
Talking about teals.
Which is Handmaiden, I know. This is by Handmaiden.
What is it, soft?
This is a cash bra fly ply. So it's 80% superwash merino and 10% cashmere and 10% nylon. So very similar to the other one.
Yeah.
And this one is the Snowdrift set. So I'm thinking the lightest one.
No, it's the second lightest.
It will somehow go together.
Yeah. So what are you gonna make?
I don't know. We were talking about the on the Spice Market shawl.
Yes, that would look.
I met a few people there. Joanna, I think, bought the exact same kit as I did, and that's what we were talking about doing with it.
I love it.
So
put it in the cube, baby.
I got that, and then I got a little gift for Amanda because it seemed very appropriate.
Supposedly, I'm antisocial.
Right? Thought you might like that. Thought it'd go really well in your project bag.
I think I read my neck just red. You can see where I blended my makeup. Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much. Oh my god, that totally just made my day. I would wear that on my shirt.
I got this one because you know it's true. The Yarn Snob one. That's the one I got. And then these ones here were from Plucky.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
And then let's see what else do I got here.
That adds to my little enamel collection there. My cozy knitter, my by the lakeside, and my big balls. Sorry.
And your big balls.
My big balls.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I also had to come away with a skein of Patrick.
Oh, yes you did.
So this is the, this is also dyed for River City Yarns, I believe. Yeah. I think it's dyed for River City Yarns, but I think it's Ancient Art, maybe, that does
I think
them?
it's Ancient Art.
Yeah, it is. Ancient Arts dyes them for River City.
Yeah.
So they are all hockey colors. So this is a Colorado Avalanche, which I got from my husband. So he has stash now.
He has stash! Oh my god, that's so adorable. I love it.
And
we have a little visitor.
yeah, what is it?
Our fan club's here.
Yeah. Hey, Turkey. So at the retreat, we got this in our goodie bag. And it's by Suburban Stitcher, Diane. And this is her sock yarn, 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon. This is a 20-gram mini, and it's called Blonde Squad. Love the colors in there.
Ooh, pretty.
Right?
That shows up really well right there on the camera.
And
Blonde
I
Squad.
also got
Love
this
it.
other awesome skein from Diane. This is peach tea.
That is
That's
so
pretty.
southern. And she's from Texas, right?
Houston, yeah.
Houston.
I love peach tea. And
Very
what else did we
southern.
get? Oh, we got this little, this is Brown's bag
Cute.
in our
Lovely.
goodie bag. And it came with a miniature scale.
So now you're a drug dealer.
Yeah. I mean, oh, here.
So
Push it.
don't pack this in our bag the next time we go to the States.
There. Yeah.
That's really cute, actually.
Yeah. So that was in it.
Not quite big enough for cones, but
Little pack of
Ooh.
cards. There was a River City yarn book, and it says, "A lady never discusses the size of her yarn stash." There was this, which is cute, a little knit for fun retreat booklet full of sticky notes.
ooh, I love stationery like that. That's like all the feels.
And then this, it's called Tried On Tubing. So if you're knitting like a sweater or a skirt or something, you just take the tube and you like squish it onto the tip of your needle, and then you slide all the stitches onto this, then you can try it on.
See, I always just like put it on waist yarn and then you lose stitches and
Yeah. Little tag for your luggage. If I can't bring my yarn, I'm not going anywhere. There's a little emery board, a knit for fun button, and
emery board is so often overlooked in knitting things.
Yeah.
But when you have a catch in your nails,
I know.
you can't knit.
Or if you're silly and you put on glitter nail polish, that also snags. River
Let's
City
not
yarn.
talk about nails though, because
button.
I'm having a little existential crisis with my nails right now.
Oh no.
Because this podcast wasn't planned, so I didn't have time to go get my nails done. And over Christmas, the kids were home, so I couldn't. And oh my god, I have an issue. I'm slightly addicted to having my nails done, and I haven't been able to in 3 weeks.
Oh, I need to go too.
Yeah, so I have one lonely finger left,
And
which I've been hiding, and now I just showed it. Yay me!
Also got this
Oh, I love color wheels.
color wheel for our color class with Hohi.
So much fun.
And
Oh my god,
got
I love that.
another Mrs. Brown's bag,
That's a great handle.
right?
Love it.
Oh, and it has my Sandy button in it. This is from
Yay.
Sandy by Lakeside. Oh, it's blowing up the thing. There was a few other things that I got, but I don't know where I put them because it was so long.
So like an hour later, Christina
But it
has
was-
finally gone through her new stash.
So after the 3 retreats, then I actually went away again the following weekend for an organization that I'm part of, a sports organization for the kids. So I had to go to a AGM. That was not as
Well,
much.
she wasn't home for like a good month.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my dad came, and then yeah, busy.
So did you get anything in the mail, or did you just all do it
think I bought anything in the mail.
Well, then I have something for you.
I bought one thing.
Okay, you show that, and then I'll give you your present.
Sandy bag. I love this
so
one.
adorable.
I have deemed that this red is pinkish enough, and it's pink on the inside, that it works as a Valentine's bag. So I'm not putting it away.
It absolutely works as a Valentine's bag.
And I did get something in the mail. I did do a swap.
Ooh.
I totally lied.
Ooh.
I did a swap with Shauna of Adelaide Cottage.
Oh, I like her. That is adorable.
Isn't it?
That is super cute. I love her little tag here.
Yeah, it's wooden.
That's cute.
It says Adelaide Cottage on it.
I like that.
And it has this little jingle bell on it. So
so we can hear when you're knitting.
Yeah, I used this when I was knitting my Christmas sock, aka my Star Wars socks. Hey, okay, you sit there. You need to be quiet.
The phone's being loud.
Yeah.
Alright, well I got something for you. Ooh. So, my girl Kim at Ginger Snap sent you a Christmas present.
What?
In like November. So this is for you.
Kim?
And she also sent you guys stuff. Are you ready? So she's Ginger Snap.
Wow.
So you guys have this cute little, I don't really, it would be for a bag, I think, mostly. 2 skeins, and then a sock blanket.
That's awesome.
That Mr. Ginger Snap died. So
That is so
it's
awesome.
Drank the Kool-Aid. So this will be a prize for one of you lucky people. See, she labeled it podcast, so I couldn't steal it. I tried. Actually, I tried to steal Christina's too.
A lot of crinkling right there.
And then I've already molested my skein. So
That's
this is what
pretty.
I got. Super
Oh, I
soft.
love the little Made in Canada sticker.
Right?
Salty seaweed.
So I also got a yarn snob.
Oh.
And I got a Ginger Snap one. And it says, shh, I'm knitting. And she sent me this cute bag. Look at that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that great? And then the inside. I do have something else I want to show.
Okay.
Warning! Adult content approaching. Now's your chance. Cover your kids' eyes because look at this best knitting bag ever. So this is the Knitting Goddess bag, and these are so hard to get. And I don't know how I scored it, but I totally scored it. Isn't it fantastic?
It's so you.
I totally knit with this out in public. So it's like that super heavy duty zipper too. Just a plain black inside. Like super heavy duty. Oh, those are Jen's! I knew it! Jen, these are yours! I found them! I totally knew where they were the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I put them in here before Christmas when we were going on a knit night, and I had like knitting in here, and I put them in there to give to her, so they're safe. Jen, they're safe. I got Jen. So yes, and then everything else I've bought, I've literally knit. So that is all I have to show. That is it, because I have been a knitting machine. Like, oh my god. Wait, there's probably something else. I feel like I bought a skein of wool from someone and I can't remember.
I'm sure I forgot stuff.
I'm sure. But should we move on to some knitting?
Yeah.
Because
I also got this from part of the, what's it called? Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted. I got
that was
bags
so much fun.
and bags of little mini skeins.
Wow, you weren't kidding. There's like bags and bags that are coming out here.
There's lots.
Wow. So you have...
There's this whole jam-packed amazingness. And there's another bag. I'm so excited.
You
so
have
that's
a lot
going to
of
go right
minis.
up in my zigzag stitches bin up there. And going to be added to my blanket. Yeah. Well, I've been knitting. I don't know if I've knit as much as you.
I knit a man sweater in 5 days.
Yes. And you don't have it.
5 days. I don't have it because I gifted it. And I haven't put a picture up because I wasn't able to get a great picture of my brother wearing it. I have a picture of like him and I from like chest up. But
it was nice.
It was pretty amazing. So it had, well, you guys saw like the yoke was a gradient that kind of went from like cream to kind of gray to this like gray blue. And then the rest of the sweater, it was a flax or rye. Flax is right. Rye is the sock, so it's a flax sweater. So it has basically just a top down.
Did you do the thing on the sleeve?
I did. So it's like
it's like a pearl band or like a reverse stockinette or something.
No, it was it's literally just the
Garter?
word is not coming. Garter. There you go.
Garter
stitch. So and it starts up here and it's just literally a garter stitch all the way down the sleeves. It's a free pattern, amazing pattern.
Yeah, by Tin Can Knits.
I think they have to be my favorite designer of everything. It was flax sweater. It's just a simple like what do you call it?
Raglan. Yeah.
No, but like it's not a cardigan. It's like a sweater pullover. And then I made like an extra tall collar because he likes the back of his neck covered.
Mm-hmm.
That's all a modification. And for some odd reason, I was like spot on the pattern the whole way. Like
first time
knock me over
ever.
with a sweater. No, if I test knit, I actually try hard. But like when it's just me, I'm just wing it, just right. And I literally was like spot on the whole time. And I kept like double checking, being like, what do you mean I have the right number of stitches? Like how did that happen? And it fit him perfectly.
Awesome.
Yeah, and my gauge was maybe a little off, but it was fine.
Hey, if it fits.
Gauge watches. It fit, and the sleeves are the right size. So, okay, so my gauge was off from the pattern, but my gauge was on based on the measurements that my sister-in-law sent me.
Oh, okay.
So that counts for
works.
something.
Yeah.
So I just, did my own gauge swatch. And then, so 5 days. I literally cast on Christmas Eve. And so during
when you cast on, you're like, hey, you think I can knit this? I'm like,
sure you can. Because I had Christmas Eve, so I was at with my family Christmas Eve. I knit, but I wasn't like obnoxiously like ignoring everybody and knitting. And then Christmas Day, 3 kids, we were busy, and then we went to another family member's for Christmas dinner. So I knit, but then, I was busy with family stuff too, right? Mm-hmm. And then Boxing Day, I really buckled down. Boxing Day, I finished the body. So the body took me Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. Mm-hmm. And then each sleeve took a day. And then the neckline, like the collar, took like an evening. Mm-hmm. And then I blocked it, and I had like a whole extra day before we left for his birthday party. Like,
crazy.
I couldn't believe I finished it in 5 days. I was super proud. But you know what beats that? Knitting a little boy sweater in 2 days.
It is so cute.
Is that not adorable? So this is for my youngest, who's 6, and I have green sparkle on it. My bad.
He is a little monkey. So.
He's a little. I call him my monkey. So this is his Lock Monkey sweater, and he says he wants a high collar, but I think I'm just gonna do like maybe like 2 inches of ribbing and call it like a mock neck or something. Because it fits him really well. But aren't those sleeves to die for?
Adorable.
I didn't mean to start with just a red stripe. Because I was pulling from the inside of the skein. So I thought I was starting on like that stripe and then I would do white red. But so to compensate, I ended on the red. That wouldn't bother me
at all.
But this makes it look like the pattern is that instead of the pattern being that. So I figured end with a red stripe. But that's why I did the cuffs in the lighter gray. So that I could end on the red stripe instead of just knitting the whole arm on the stripes. And then that one.
It is adorable.
I freaking love it. He put it on. He was so good.
Did you squeal?
I did. And he even said that he'll model it for me. So once I get the collar done tonight.
Oh, he will ham it up.
He will totally ham it up. These are going to be the best pictures ever. I will share them, I promise. And it's going to be like... He's so adorable. Oh my god. So
chipmunk cheeks.
This is like... These I knit yesterday. The sleeves I both knit yesterday. The body took me like an evening and then a day. So like a 3-day sweater? Would you count that as a 3-day sweater? Yeah. Not bad, right? Not bad. Considering I was back to work and dying. And I know the grays don't match. I did that on purpose because I wanted the arms to really stand out and be different than the body. And then the body I really wanted to be speckled. And it's all one skein because I rolled myself a fatty.
Well,
because I like big bowls.
It's one of those liberties you can take.
As a dyer, I know, right?
Awesome.
So this is my sock monkey. And it's worsted, and I think the stripes turned out perfect. So, but I think though, like if I was wanting to knit a fingering sweater, it would be perfect with like my sock monkey skeins though.
Probably, yeah.
Down the arms, so. Anyway, so that is what I'm currently working on. I'm going to finish the collar tonight.
That's awesome.
It'll be done. And then I'm also have been in a crazy hat mood. Crazy hat mood. So I have one hat that I've lost already. I don't know where it is. I will find it. So I knit my daughter the typical, well, sorry, this is crochet. This isn't even knit. This is the wool I got at Rhinebeck for her.
Oh, yes.
The blue.
So you can see that on the last episode.
The last episode. So she's been wearing it. So obviously it's a little fuzzy. I need to get my little shaver thing,
gleaner.
my gleaner. But this is what she requested. She wanted long braids. She wanted like the ears covers, and she wanted it down over the back of her neck. And it's large enough that she wears a lot of ponytails and big hairdos, so it's big enough. Like it fits me.
Awesome.
So that was number 2 hat. No, this was number 1 hat, and then I knit a hat for me that I lost. We're not going to talk about that. And then
there's pom-pom, y'all.
Okay, so this is from Kim as well.
You know what? It looks like you put a troll on top of your head.
I freaking love it. So, and my daughter has stolen this hat. She stole it.
I might steal it before you go home.
Isn't it fantastic? So this is my my colorway Ghost of Petal Pass. Wow, I've never said that out loud before. That's really weird. And it's my pattern, and I didn't mean for it to look like a heart, but it looks like a heart. I just wanted ribbing, the majority of the hat to be ribbing, because I love the way it fits.
Twisted rib?
Yeah. Fucking twisted rib. Yeah, it is. I love a good twisted rib. So it looks fantastic on her, and I freaking love this pom-pom. Yeah, put it on. Isn't that great?
Hey, look, it goes to my fiber.
It does go for your fiber.
Thanks.
And then this is my hat I knit for myself.
I like that pom-pom.
Yeah.
It looks like a little tiny hamster.
Right? I feel like I just need to like cradle it and like... So I did a similar idea of that. I wanted the ribbing all the way to the top. But this one's a little bigger, a little slouchier, and it just has these kind of diamond...
It's a 2x2 rib.
Yeah, this is 2x2.
Yeah.
Which I don't like as much because it looks a little sloppier. But, I don't know. So yeah.
I love this.
Isn't that nice?
So pretty. And this color is really awesome.
Thank you. This was, so this was the dye party I did with Yarn Over New York, Swift Yarns, and...
Oh, yeah. When did you do that? Was that November or December?
No, October? Maybe November.
It's a while ago.
A while ago. Anyway, so it was so
awesome.
much fun. I want to do another dye party. They were so much fun.
So how did you guys do? You each picked a picture?
We each picked a picture. So I had my Instagram followers choose which one I was going to dye. We each chose a picture, and then we all dyed the 4 pictures. And it was so much fun to see everybody's interpretations of the different ones. It was, and I came up with some really, I loved my colorways that I came up with, so I'm really happy with that. So it was a lot of fun. But that, I think, is my favorite colorway.
I love this pom-pom.
Right?
I love the white tips. It's like so in sync of like the 1990s.
And you know what? My daughter totally rocks it because she's got your blonde hair.
What was his name? The guy that had the frosted tip? Lance?
From Backstreet Boys? No, NSYNC?
NSYNC.
NSYNC. Yeah, Lance. I don't know. I was too old. I was an adult. Okay,
You're an adult. You're a year older than me. Jeez.
Can we just have a moment to appreciate the beautifulness of the top ribbing decreases that I did on the fly?
Love it.
There is something about a good decrease that I just makes me all happy.
Sometimes though, if you make the top of the hat like that, and like you're blocking and like the top looks so beautiful, and then nobody sees it because it's on top of your head.
Well, that's why they're knitters. They appreciate.
Then you need to give it to
things.
short people so you can look at it.
But look at the decreases on this one. Can you see the beautiful decreases up here? Like I did like a triple decrease. Yes, yes, and she's short. You're not short. I have to sit up super tall with Christina, and she's slouching. But yeah, so I was big into the hats.
I'm afraid to take it off now. My hair's like, poof.
You can keep wearing it.
Look at that.
My god. My daughter went to go to school this morning, and first she put on like this one, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be needing that today. And she was like, look at me. And then she went to put on this one, and I was like, no, I need. So she has to wear a hat from like 2 years ago. I felt really bad. But of course, it was a hat that I knit for myself 2 years ago that she also stole. So, you know, don't feel too much sympathy for her.
Hats. I haven't knit them any since like 6 years ago.
Knitting hat. So my problem is though that almost all of them, like I would say about 60% of my cords have broken. So I had a large collection of needles, but all of the, so like basically right in the middle of the cords, they've like the plastic is frayed.
Oh.
So that you don't really notice it because you don't really see it until you go to slide the wool on it and the wool kind of gets stuck.
Gotcha.
So I've literally thrown out a whole bunch of like the 16-inch hat ones. I've thrown out 3 sock needles, like magic loop needles. I've thrown out, I don't know, I'm super depressed. I need to start buying needles, which
I'm really liking my DPNs.
we did buy
now.
some needles. Last week we may have bought some more signature DPNs. I'm going to be knitting socks on DPNs, I've decided, because I am sick and tired
I am knitting socks and
of my
DPNs.
cords breaking. So I got mine with my name on them. So next podcast we'll show our
Mine do not
DPNs.
have my names on them. But look, I'm knitting a sock on DPN.
Right? Okay.
Just got
When the
toe decreases
needles
to go.
match the project, it gives me all the feels. Like,
Yeah, this is my.
like this was knit on red needles, and it was just like, make me so happy.
See if I can unfold it here.
Ooh, nice
Ta-da!
heel. I have partridge.
Yeah, yeah. This is my
Me so smart.
this is my November Yarn of the Month Club colorway, called Kiss the Girl, and it's actually going to be in my update on Friday because it's Valentine's
Ooh.
Day,
Yeah, because it's totally Little Mermaidy.
isn't it?
Yes.
It wasn't named till
absolutely.
after it was dyed. I'm like, I don't know what to call this one. My husband's like, it looks like Little Mermaid.
Kiss
Like,
the girl.
okay.
Sha-la-la-la-la,
He's very
don't be
into that.
shy.
Yeah, he now
Kiss the
sings all the
girl.
Little Mermaid songs. It's great.
I tried to watch that with my daughter over Christmas break, and
Yeah.
I can't find it anywhere to watch.
Oh,
I couldn't buy it on. So we have Xbox One, where you can buy stuff on Microsoft.
PlayStation.
Couldn't find it there. It's not on Netflix. It's
No.
not on Amazon Prime. Where do you buy it? I would love to buy it. She's never seen The
iTunes.
Little Mermaid. Oh. Oh, okay, so we
Still
gotta hurry.
recording. Oh,
Okay, we gotta go.
sorry.
So, I'm also knitting socks. Okay, you guys have seen these a gazillion times, but the funny thing is, I had a little instance of angry knitting the other day. You guys have all been there when you're like, and you're just knitting
It
because
just
knitting
tightens
calms you
up.
down. Well, yeah, it is true that your emotions affect your gauge. I have worked really hard to become a loose knitter after breaking a lot of needles because I was a tight knitter. So now, look at the
can
gauge
see it like,
difference. My regular knitting and my angry knitting. It's okay. That's gonna be where the toes are because there's my heel. So it's like
It's supposed to taper in that.
it's supposed to
Anyways.
taper it. But look at the difference in my gauge. Same needles, same yarn, angry knitting. But you know what? Like seeing the fabric, I kind of like my angry knitting
I
better.
love it.
So I'm hoping that the DPNs let me get a little. Now I'm so used to loose knitting that. Anyways, so that's all my knitting I brought because everything else I've given away. Oh, I also knit the baby blanket for my new baby
Ooh.
niece or nephew. You guys should see it on
Any
in my
day
Instagram.
now.
It's like a big, seriously, like literally
Any
today.
day.
Her due date
Her
was like
sister-in-law
a
is
couple
like
days
a rock
ago.
star. Oh my god.
Okay, this is a CrossFit girl, and she's literally still doing CrossFit, like 41 weeks pregnant.
Like throwing like kettlebell.
Kettlebells, like doing the kettlebell
like
sumo.
nothing.
Yeah, and she's still doing like wall walks, which is like when you're upside down. Like anyway, she's a freaking rock
At that
star.
point, I was laying on the couch like wailing.
Right, and she hosted Christmas dinner, 39 weeks pregnant, and I'm like, okay, girl,
Yeah.
you not me. Anyways,
Yeah.
she's hardcore. So I knit the baby a blanket, and it was beautiful, if I do say so myself. I did the circular radiant circle blanket, I think it's called. It's free on Rav, and
That's really
it's fantastic. And then I knit little tiny baby socks, and I can't even, and a little baby hat, and I just all the feels. So I've knit big. The last 3
Yeah.
months. Baby blanket, man sweater, baby sweater, gazillion hats, socks.
You've been busy.
I've been busy.
I just knit
Okay,
socks.
knit.
I knit this. So I
While you
challenged
were
myself
watching,
to
yeah.
knit a pair of R2D2 socks. This
I
is by
have
Mustache Yarn
Those are pretty awesome.
and the R2 colorway.
But you wanted the R2 C3PO, right?
No,
Oh, you didn't.
no. I
Someone
wanted
did. Who were we
R2.
talking to?
Sandy.
Right.
I'm an R2 girl. So I was challenging myself to knit this pair while we were rewatching the Star Wars movies.
You like short and
And
thick.
I would have been done if I'd knit it during the Last Jedi, but I wanted to watch The Last Jedi. So I was like to here on the last sock. So anyways,
Fantastic.
yeah, so...
There's nothing like a plain vanilla sock that just
No.
mm,
Oh, it's
lets the wool just.
Yeah, I knit them cuff down, so 20 round cuff, whatever leg, and then I threw in an eye of partridge, and
Just kept on going.
kept on going.
Love it.
So that became my new thing. That's also what I'm doing on the Kiss the Girl socks. I finally finished this pair of man socks. Oh my god, this is heavy. So these are my husband's.
Those are some large and in charge socks.
These are my husband's.
Can we just have a moment here?
Oh my god.
How much does each sock weigh? Do you know?
I have no idea. I used a full skein of my yarn. So it's 115, 120-ish grams. And this is my Friends for Life colorway.
Love
so
it.
every last inch of the stripe plus most of the cuff.
Impressive.
Cuff yarn.
Impressive.
So those. Oh, look what I finished. Our last cow.
Right.
This is
Isn't
my
it fantastic?
girl from the grocery store shawl. That is
It came
the
out
back.
so beautifully. Oh, switch.
This
I'll
is the
take
front.
this end. And she did an extra repeat because why not?
I did. So I knit this when I was at the Knit for Fun retreat in Edmonton, which Hohi attended. And so I was to here, and this is technically where the shawl ends, and I wasn't sure what to do. I wanted to use more of the yarn, so I decided to run another one of these lace things. And I started doing it during one of the evenings entertainment things, and I had to pull out the pattern. So I'm knitting her pattern, and I'm getting past the eyelet row. I'm like, it looks different. It doesn't look the same as the ones above. I come to realize that after you did the eyelet row, you were supposed to purl back, not knit and garter like we had done the whole shawl.
No. Oh, you, because I was going to say, I did it right.
Yeah. So then I realized all the lace was done wrong.
So you sat there and were like,
so I'm
my God.
Well, I'm just going to put this down. And then after, I talked to Tracy and Hohi. I'm like, I just realized this during dinner. And Tracy says to me, but you're going to fix it, right? I'm like, Tracy,
like,
don't say that, because you know I would rip all of this out to fix it because I didn't do it per pattern. And Hohi says, no, you don't do that. Like, don't do that. She says, like, I will save another copy of it just so you can have knit it.
So there's the cozy knitter mod of this pattern.
Yeah, but anyways,
I love it.
So yeah, I knit the lace, and then I threw in just.
I need to weave this in for you right now because it's driving me insane.
I cast it off on the way home in the plane. God. I have blocked it. I just these ends here are woven in. Like all this stuff is woven in. Just.
Oh, I didn't. I carried my yarn the whole time.
Oh no, I didn't.
She's lying.
What?
They're not woven in.
This one is.
Oh, you just need to clip it. Okay.
It's woven in. Just needs to be cut off. Just the cast on and off. It's not.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I forgot to talk about?
The elephant in the room.
Yeah. I love this thing. So this is from Coriander.
Oh,
I think that's how you say it. She has a 3 instead of the E. And I bought this at the Woodstock. No, Woodstock. Woodstock, yeah. Isn't that great? And it's soft because it has stuff in it.
It looks like a single.
It is a single. You know my single, but it has alpaca in it.
Nice.
So it's a little fuzzy because I love it. Anyway, so this is just my pattern. I don't know. It's just a simple like yarn over, traveling yarn over. Is that what would you call that? Traveling yarn over? Yarn over and knit together.
That seems right.
Anyways, I knit it huge, which I really love. And then you just kind of, because I wanted to be able to do this if it got really cold. But I don't know whether to wear it kind of like super like sophisticated or just kind of like, anyways. And then I added this a few minutes ago. Little brooch. I think it actually goes really well with it. Anyway, so yes, this is something else I knit. So I've been knitting like a mad woman. And I took like, last year I didn't knit at all. So this is like, I'm in it.
That's
I'm in it to win it.
18, the year of knitting.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to stop it for a second.
Okay. Okay, we had to switch to the iPhone because we talked for too long and we ran out of battery.
It happens.
And we wanted to do this.
Yes.
So, what we were talking about?
Oh, I have one more whip.
Right, whips. We are cozy knitting right now.
I cast on for the Veronica cardigan.
Ooh, you did!
I did.
Oh, it's fantastic.
So this is my gauge swatch.
Are you kidding? You're just knitting?
I just cast on and knit, and then I thought if I got gauge, well, then I was this far already, and if I didn't get gauge, well, I was probably going to just modify it until it works.
I love a ribbed edging.
This is so nice, right?
Oh my gosh, and it's so soft. What is this? Plucky?
This is a Plucky Primo worsted.
Oh, so lovely.
this colorway.
So
Make a grown
lovely.
man cry, I believe.
So is this is the one where it's in sections, right?
No. So this here, so you cast on, this one did up over here. So this here is the back.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you're doing short rows. So this here will eventually end up being seen down to here. This will be your arm opening, but it's like down low and out. It didn't make any sense to me, but then
Just follow the pattern. It will work out.
At the Plucky Retreat, Sarah had knit out of the same yarn in the same size, and I tried hers on, and it fit.
Okay, good. You're
So her and Michelle said it was going to work out.
good.
So
Trust the pattern.
I am trusting them and Shannon. Like, 3 women that brilliant can't be wrong.
No.
This will fit.
It'll fit. I love it.
Otherwise, we'll block it. I did knit a couple extra
It'll block out.
repeats here.
Well, you're really long in the
Because
torso.
I'm tall. And I wanted it kind of down under my booty.
There's
Like,
nothing worse than a cardi
kinda-
that hits you
I know. And then
above your waist.
when you
So
sit down and
yeah.
then it like, no.
Yeah.
So I cast this on.
I love it. Is that what you're mainly working on right now?
No, I haven't worked on this in like 2 months. I'm knitting socks at the moment.
It's okay. It's okay. We're a little bit of project.
I got into the sock knitting and then all
We're
year.
not monogamous. I
all
was going to
year-
say another word, but I didn't.
Yeah. All year I'd been hosting a sockathon for my customers, those who are knitting out of my yarn. They can enter in each month to win a prize. And then we're just wrapping it up, and then I got caught up, and then I started knitting socks.
And then you have all those signature needles you need to use, and
Well,
it's just
and then
fun.
I'm starting to dye next year's club, and I have like
I'm so excited
all
for next year's club. Sorry.
so much. Like I had it up in my shop, and Valentine's. Oh, I'm not dyeing Christmas anymore. Like first time in 6 months.
Yeah. So should we move on to do a quick shop update?
Yes.
Update?
Because Amanda has a super fantastic
Okay.
colorway to
So
show off. It's pretty epic.
you guys know my girl. My girl is all about the pink. So she was seeing me knit her brother this, and she's like, I really like the sock monkey, but can we make it pink? And I was like, yeah. So
Sky's the
this
limit,
is
honey.
her. She took it upon herself to grab my last cone of sparkle wool, and she wound this on the warping mill all by herself. She helped me dye the pink. The gray is the same sock monkey gray. And look what she did. So she's calling it Sock Monkey in Love. So this is going to be my future Valentine's colorway. I have 8 of these on Sparkle, already done, ready to ship. And then the rest, I'm going to do pre-orders for my MCN and my fundamental sock. So isn't that fantastic? I love the pink she chose. I think it's super...
It's so fun.
It's super adorable, right? So Sock Monkey in Love. Sock Monkey in Love. So I'm letting her put the proceeds of the 8 that she wound and helped dye to her dance. So thank God, because competitive dance is expensive. So this is my girl's Sock Monkey in Love colorway. So I'm super proud, and it's going to be going up on Thursday the 11th. So that is my little shop update, and I have a few other little Valentine's things going up tomorrow. So
Awesome.
that's it for me, but Christina's got some stuff too.
I have my shop update on Friday, first one of the year, and it's going to be Valentine's. And there's a couple of colorways that I've never had in the shop before. They were club colorways last year that will be available in the shop. So there is Kiss the Girl, which I showed off, but I'll just pull it out again. This one,
It works. Kiss the Girl, Valentine's.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that will be there. This was the November club colorway. It is limited quantities. I will have Heartbreaker, which is this one. The light gray is a double wide stripe. And then the mini skein is in this maroon color. So Heartbreaker.
Ready Move. Yeah.
Which was the February colorway from 2017.
Love it.
I will have Princess Party. This one is the second. The ones in the shop will not be. Let's see. Old Romance, which you've seen before.
Yeah,
This was
so
a
pretty.
club colorway from 2016. And
Classic.
I will also have, let's see, Cherry Blossom, which is all pinks. There's one stripe that's a little purpley. What else did I dye? Oh, Hygge.
Hi.
This one was from a kit I did with Sandy, which has been incredibly popular. So there'll be a few of these. But all of my Valentine's colorways are back. His and hers. What else? Antique Roses. Antique Roses will be on the Bliss base, which is my regular superwash merino and nylon. And then it will also be on Silver Sparkle.
Love the
Antique
Silver
Roses
Sparkle.
and Old Romance will both be on Sparkle and the other one as well.
Beautiful.
But there's limited amounts. Those of you who have joined the club for 2018
Club members
will get an advanced shopping window ahead of everybody else. And also there will be, this year for the club, I'm doing like an exclusive club member shopping area where there's certain things that only they can buy.
Ooh.
So
All
the seconds will be in there. There will be past club colorways. So if like you join in June and I still have some January left, they'll be in there that you can get. So you have to be a member of the club to get it.
Awesome.
Oh, and
Speaking of clubs, my last day to sign up for January is tomorrow. So get your club now because it's going to be closed.
good point.
Yes.
For annual members and quarterly members, the 15th is the last day to sign up.
Yeah.
Monthly, it depends.
Yeah.
But also, I'm going to be having these babies up in the shop.
Oh, her new
my
tags. Enamel pins,
if I
the
can get it
cozy
closer.
knitter. I love my
There you
cozy
go.
knitter tag.
There.
Isn't it pretty? It's so you. It's so sophisticated.
They will be up in the shop.
Yay.
Yay. Other Mrs. Brown's bag. That will not be at the shop.
I love it.
But yeah, on the 15th, I'm closing club memberships for January. So
spend your Christmas money.
yay.
All right, I think I'm done. I've shown it all. Hip, hip, hooray.
I've shown everything I can remember I bought.
So next podcast, there'll be more, like always, because we're a little addicted to the whole yarny world.
I didn't show my Christmas gift. I wish I could, but it's heavy. I got a spinning wheel.
Right. You should take like a like video and we'll insert it.
I'm not very good. I'm like awful.
Spin something to show next podcast.
It's easier said than done.
Says the one who doesn't
God.
spin.
Yeah. No, my husband surprised me with a Lendrum spinning wheel. So I've been waiting for the kids to go back to school so I can like
Sit
chill
down and relax.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much chilling because I can see her dye pots are ready to roll and I know mine are waiting for me at home. So I think this is it.
Yeah, so
I think the dye pots are waiting for us.
I have been dying like a mad woman this week because next week they're coming to cut the power to install the power for my new studio.
Getting a pony panel.
Yeah, so they have to install a new panel in my house because apparently my studio needs a lot of power and we just can't fit it in our current panel. So new panel, no power in January in Canada.
She has a fireplace. It's
works.
going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
back to work.
Thank you so much for joining us after our 3 months little hiatus. We're going to do better. All right. Good night. Not good night. Goodbye, guys. The dye pots are waiting for us. Bye.
Bye.